3, 2, 1, go!
Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here and welcome to what may be the biggest matchup of the early season so far, as it is the second placed Battle of the Angels who are starting out with Sylveon and Grimstar facing the first placed Olivine Aura who are starting out with Aggron and Excadrill. Both of these sides are currently the only two undefeated sides in the PokeType League so far this season, so we are going to get a victor here today, unless we get a draw. But it is going to start out with a Fusion Flare from Excadrill, going straight for Grimstar. Not a bad hit to start off the matchup, getting those offensive moves in, but Grimstar's got to respond with a brutal swing and hit everybody on the field. It's not very effective on Sylveon, so not too bad of a move that's hitting its own teammate, but around does hit Excadrill. Excadrill is taking two moves, not very effective, as Sylveon avoids the air cutter from Aggron that is going to hit Grimstar. So all Pokemon on the field are starting off very offensive in this matchup, as Excadrill follows up with a Horn attack onto Sylveon, but Sylveon responds with the Aromatherapy. Unfortunately, that does fail, and Grimstar now going with the Grass Knot onto Aggron and almost gets the elimination on the Steel-type Pokemon. Excadrill, though, goes with a Swords Dance. It is going to boost its attack stat with that, and it's already got 135 base attack, so it gets a great boost there as Grimstar goes with the Hone Claws, also going to boost its attack stat there as well, but also boost its accuracy. Flower Shield from Sylveon will fail. It's the second move in a row as Aggro now goes with the Electro Ball straight for Grimstar. Not going to do a great deal of damage, however, and Excadrill does follow it up with an Ember onto Sylveon. And Sylveon is left with a burn, and Sylveon's going to respond with a Water Gun onto Excadrill. Much more effective, super effective in fact. That Sludge won't affect the Steel-type Pokemon as Aggron sets up for a Solar Beam. It's going to absorb that light on this turn, see if it can connect on the next one, as Sylveon does take damage from that burn. And then we get the Arm Thrust from Excadrill. A multi-hit move is hit twice on Grimstar, gets 3 and gets the elimination. So the Olivine will get the first hit on the board as Grimstar is eliminated. Sylveon going with the Infestation onto Aggron. It's not going to be very effective, however, it will continue to do damage in between turns as Aggron goes for that Solar Beam onto the Evolution. See if it can get the elimination here. And it doesn't. Sylveon takes the hit, and is also hurt by that burn. There's that Infestation hurting Aggron and gets the elimination. So Aggron's taken down as well. So it is now a 5-on-5 battle. Both these sides going back and forth. As Gardevoir comes out for the Battle of the Angels, and we have Klinklang coming out for the Olivine Aura. Klinklang immediately sets up a safeguard to prevent any status conditions from affecting the Steel types, as Excadrill now goes to the Pin Missile and only needs one to eliminate Sylveon. Sylveon taking out of this match with a not very effective move. Now Gardevoir goes with the Assurance onto Klinklang. Not going to do much damage there as Carbink comes out for the Battle of the Angels, and a Sing is avoided by Carbink. Excadrill, though, goes the Frenzy Plant onto Gardevoir. You have to think it would have been better going for Carbink with that move. Gardevoir responds with a Lick, and Carbink follows it up with a Thrash onto Excadrill, and now Excadrill is taken down. Not very effective, but it gets the elimination, and that's as effective as it needs to be as Escavalier comes out onto the field now. Klinklang going with the Darkest Lariat, and it's going to go for Carbink with that move. Carbink taking its first damage of the matchup. Not very effective, but does get the critical hit. Gardevoir responds for its teammate with the Dual Chop onto Klinklang. Also not very effective. Does get the 2 hits in, however. And Carbink continues to use its Thrash, this time going for a Escavalier, welcoming it to the field with a not very effective critical hit, though. And Escavalier goes for its first move of the matchup and gets the Slash on Gardevoir. And it's amazing to see Escavalier is actually slower than Carbink. One of the slowest Pokemon in the PokeType League, as Gardevoir's defenses are lower, but Gardevoir goes with the Imprison. It's going to prevent any Pokemon who shares the same move, and in the PokeType League, they all share the same move, as that Thrash continues on Escavalier, but now due to fatigue, Carbink has become confused. Escavalier can't use its offensive moves, so both Klinklang and Escavalier can't use its offensive moves, so both Klinklang and Escavalier are going to struggle. Gardevoir with the Hurricane on Escavalier, a great hit there. Carbink is confused, needs to shake it off, and that it does, and goes for the Thunder Fang onto Klinklang. Not a bad hit as Escavalier goes with the struggle onto Gardevoir, gets the elimination. It is going to get the recoil damage, but it's very good to get Gardevoir off the field. However, Escavalier has eliminated itself due to that recoil damage. We are down to the last half of both sides as Alcremie comes out for the Angels and Copperajah comes out for the Olivine. It is 3 versus 3. Klinklang goes with extreme speed onto Carbink. Carbink with those massive defenses, not very effective, and Alcremie now goes with a Power Gem onto Copperajah. Also not very effective. Those not very effective moves having a huge impact in this matchup as Carbink goes with the Stun Spore onto Copperajah, leaving it paralyzed. This could be a very good play by the Angels if Copperajah can't move, but Copperajah goes with the Amber onto Carbink. Minimal damage, again, not very effective moves. Klinklang though going with the Jaw Lock onto Carbink. More not very effective, and now neither Pokemon can run away. So Alcremie goes with the Gastro Acid onto Klinklang, suppressing its ability as Carbink finally snaps out of that confusion and goes with the Mega Punch onto Klinklang. Copperajah sets up for the Roost. It's going to restore its health back to full strength. It's not taken a great deal of damage so far in this matchup, however, it might be pretty early to be using a move like that as Klinklang goes to the Psychic Fangs now onto Carbink. They continue to chip away at it as Alcremie goes with the Iron Defense, so it is going to sharply boost those defense stats. Now Carbink tries for a Dream Eater. It's not going to affect Copperajah, who is awake, and Copperajah instead goes with the Power Split. This probably benefits Carbink more than it does Copperajah. Klinklang now with its opportunity goes with the Grassy Glide onto Alcremie. You have to think it should have gone for Carbink and gotten the elimination. Echoed voice now from Alcremie onto Klinklang, and more not very effective attacks. Mind you, the Olivine are resistant to most Pokemon types. Now Copperajah goes with the Icy Wind and is going to hit both Carbink and Alcremie with that move, and Carbink hanging on by a thread. Is an easy target. Klinklang, instead of going for that easy elimination, goes to the Rock Polish instead. So it is going to get a sharp speed boost, but it's already the quickest Pokemon on the field as Carbink goes with the Roar of Time onto Copperajah instead of trying to eliminate Klinklang. Stealth Rock's now being set up by Alcremie. It'll only affect one Pokemon, the last Pokemon of the Olivine, who comes in onto the field, but a Stomp from Copperajah finally takes down Carbink. Carbink, again, those huge defensive stats stalling in this matchup as Togekiss, the last Pokemon, comes out for the Bell and the Angels, and a Zen Headbutt welcomes it to the field from Klinklang. And in response, Togekiss with the Rock Blast onto Copperajah. It's got 3 of the multi-hit hitting move and gets a critical hit on that third one. Not very effective, but it gets 3 hits in. Alcremie now going to go with the Dragon Pulse, also going for Copperajah. They are trying to chip away at this giant elephant Pokemon. It's Copperajah now going with the Flying Press onto Togekiss. Very minimal damage and not very effective at all. And Klinklang going with the Recover. A very good time to use that move. Klinklang was an easy target, but that Recover is going to buy it a lot of time as Togekiss goes with the Sweet Scent. It's going to lower the evasiveness of Copperajah and Klinklang in this matchup. Alcremie needs to take advantage of that and try and capitalize right now. And it's going to go with the Hydro Pump. And it goes for Klinklang with that move. And Klinklang hangs on. They should have eliminated it earlier before that Recover as a Mega Kick from Copperajah onto Togekiss is going to do great damage, but a Magma Storm is avoided by Alcremie. Very good avoidance of that move as a Core Enforcer from Togekiss onto Klinklang, and Copperajah gets the elimination on Klinklang. It is now a 2 versus 2 battle. These top 2 sides are using everything they have with a Super Fang onto Copperajah from Alcremie. Is going to halve Copperajah's remaining health, but a Poison Gas is going to leave Togekiss and Alcremie both poisoned. That is a fantastic play by Copperajah. This gives a ticking clock on the Bell and the Angels' time left in this matchup, especially Togekiss, who does not have much health remaining. Alcremie looks like it can last longer, but it is Duraludon who comes out for the Olivine, or it does have that Dragon typing. The Bell and the Angels need to capitalize, but before that, Duraludon goes with the low kick on Togekiss. Not very effective, and in response, a Bug Buzz onto Copperajah by Togekiss. Almost gets the elimination, but Copperajah hangs on. Heat Crash now coming from Alcremie. Surely should have gone for Duraludon with that move, but gets the elimination on Copperajah regardless with the super effective attack. Togekiss taking damage from that poisoning as well does eliminate it. So it is a 1 versus 1 battle. Alcremie facing Duraludon. Duraludon having the highest base stat total of the Olivine, Alcremie having the lowest of the Olivine, and Duraludon goes with the floral healing. So it's going to give some health back to Alcremie, really make this battle 1v1, and Alcremie thanks it with a Hyper Beam. A fantastic hit on Duraludon for a not very effective move there, but Alcremie's going to have to recharge on the next turn. Duraludon needs to capitalize on this and goes with a Poison Tail. This will be super effective, a very good play. Although it doesn't actually do a great deal of damage to Alcremie. Again, that recharge taking effect and Alcremie taking damage as it is poisoned. Yawn does fail from Duraludon, and Alcremie goes with a Bone Rush as the clock counts down on the screen. A multi-hit move. It's got the first hit. It needs to get all 5. It's got 2. It's super effective, but it only gets 2. And there's that poisoning chipping away to Alcremie again. Duraludon goes with the Burning Jealousy, a Fire-type move. And Alcremie hangs on and responds with a Magma Storm, but Duraludon avoids the attack, and Alcremie does not last. Its poisoning takes it out. If it had hit with the Magma Storm, it surely would have won. But the Olivine get away with the victory here on their home turf. A fantastic back and forth match. Neither side changes position on the ladder, but what a back and forth match. Olivine next round will face the Sandalwood Swarm. Coney Spring face the Battle of the Angels in their next round. Battle of the Angels taking their first loss of the season. Olivine still undefeated, and in our next match, the Shamudi Keepers will host the Sandalwood Swarm. They will have the advantage over the bug types there. Until then, however, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I will see you when you see me.